What's good, everybody? It's your boy Steph from the Hot Move Podcast, and the clock is ticking. Clock is ticking for Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns. So, now that we are over the All-Star game, or I'm just going to call it that game because I don't know what that was, but players are rested. They had their week off, and it's go time. With 20-something games left, the Phoenix Suns are currently fifth, and Kevin Durant will be making his debut at some point rather quickly, and this is it. Phoenix Suns, they got new ownership. They made the big splash, going big, giving up basically a king's ransom for Kevin Durant. They have a good, solid nucleus of talent with DeAndre Ayton, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant added in the mix with a couple rotational players. I think TJ Warren is on the team now and stuff too. So, okay, cool. There was like a lot of talks, in sports media, like, who's the pressure on this year? Is it Chris Paul? You know what I'm saying? Is it the head coach, Monty Williams, to get to the finals possibly? I mean, look, the pressure is only on one person, and that person is Kevin Durant. Number one, can he stay healthy? Okay. And then number two, can he mesh with the team well and lead them to the Western Conference Finals and the NBA Finals? There is no better window to win a championship than right now. Okay, I mean, the West is just jumbled up. There's only two teams, the top of the West, and one of those two teams is shaky, and you can't trust them currently, and that is the Memphis Grizzlies. The only team that is playing fundamentally sound team basketball and possibly have the MVP, the leading MVP candidate on the team, is the Denver Nuggets with Jokic, right? Okay, I think the Phoenix Suns in a 7-game series, they can go the distance and beat the Denver Nuggets if it gets to that, right? But the reason why I think that it needs to be now and the urgency needs to be now is because, like I mentioned, the West is pretty much wide open right now. I've seen people talk about, if they don't win this year, next year the window is expanding. I mean, has it really? I mean, we're assuming that everybody is going to stay stagnant. All the teams in the West are going to stay stagnant, and that, Chris Paul is going to maintain being healthy. No hamstring issues, no other things. I mean, he'll be 38 next year, or he'll be 38 this year, he'll be 39 next year, right? We're assuming that Kevin Durant can stay healthy. We're assuming that Devin Booker will stay healthy. We're assuming that no other teams are not going to make any type of trades. I mean, we saw the crazy trades that happened this year, right? Already, so what makes you think that the other teams aren't going to make any adjustments, right? Who knows? The Grizzlies have a lot of talented team. They may make some trades, right? Dallas may not be done making trades. You know what I'm saying? So, the urgency needs to be now. Kevin Durant had his press conference, last week and everything, and that was good. And, kumbaya and introductory and, welcome to Arizona. We're happy to have you. Cool. We got through the All-Star break. Okay, with these 20-something games left, you got to get the job done. I mean, anything less than a championship is a massive failure, in my opinion, because, their window is open, but like I said, it's still not a lock for next year, with all the other aforementioned things I had mentioned before. Like, come on now. The West is wide open. So, get through these 20-something games, finish somewhere in the top. And if they stand put where they are, that's totally fine. If they stay the 5th seed, you know what I'm saying, and get into playoffs with everybody healthy, okay, cool. They've used the 20-something games to mesh, gel together. Okay, now they can really make that push, right? So, and if it doesn't work, I this is going to be 100% on Kevin Durant. You're not in Brooklyn anymore. Okay, there's no Joe Tsai or weird front office management BS going on like in Brooklyn. Okay, you have a better surrounding cast of players with Devin Booker, Chris Paul, and DeAndre Ayton. Okay, and you have a solid, proven head coach in Monty Williams. You have all the ingredients to get to the championship and win. I don't care who comes out of the East. You guys have more than enough firepower to get the job done. So, the ball's in Kevin Durant's court. He needs to finish out this regular season healthy. You know what I'm saying? And if he doesn't, then, it's that injury excuse. But then it's kind of like, yeah, that's a legit excuse. But at the same time, though, that's like, that's already kind of like, that's who Kevin Durant is for the past couple of years, is that, he's going to get injured at some point. I mean, he's 34 years old, and I know not everybody can be an Iron Man like LeBron James, but Kevin Durant absolutely has to stay healthy, get through these 20 games when he does return. And this team needs to be playing basketball as a collective unit. and figure it out by the time they get to the playoffs, because that beast in Denver is waiting, and obviously Denver has to stay healthy. We know injuries can, for any team, can change the landscape of the playoffs and who wins the championship, right? So we understand that element, but for the Suns' sake, everybody needs to be locked in, healthy, and it's go time, and that's pretty much it. I'm not going to say, if they don't get it done this year, next year. I mean, listen, those years aren't guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? There's so many times where teams were projected to be back and win a championship, and they just never got back to that point. You know what I'm saying? So, you got Kevin Durant. He is supposedly healthy now, and I'm sure he's just getting his reps in and getting the practice time with the team, and he's going to make his debut pretty quickly. And once he goes, it's off to the races and try to capture his championship this year. I don't want to hear excuses for Chris Paul. I don't want to hear excuses for Kevin Durant. I don't want to hear any of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You guys have the team. You got the coaching, top to bottom. Everything's looking in tip-top shape. So we expect you guys to deliver. So anyways, guys, thanks for listening. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.